Hello. How's everyone doing? Good morning. Good morning, everyone. What's up? What's up? It's Friday. You know what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday the 29th of October 2021. I'm Darkside Phil. Welcome you here to a full day of gameplay streaming. I hope you guys are ready for a lot of fun today, because today is a good variety day. Today is going to be an exciting day of chill and rage. Yes. I love it when you have those two polar opposites slamming together in a delicious gameplay sandwich, don't you? All right. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing well. Jasper's doing well. He's laying on the floor here, relaxing, right in front of me. He will be allowed in the office today as long as he does not attack too many of the troops on the screen, so that I can actually, perform missions for the guerrillas today in Far Cry 6. So, hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I have a lot to talk about today. We have some changes. All right, which I'm going to talk about shortly. And these are positive changes because at this point, I feel like October is in the bag. Let's just move on, right? We've got some gaming news today. We got some YouTube news today. There's a lot of good stuff. In fact, I would argue that today is all good news day. Today's an all good news day. I like all good news days. I like days when there's not a lot of negative stuff to talk about, but a lot of positive stuff, okay? So we're going to talk about that stuff today, and I hope you guys are ready to talk about that stuff today, okay? Wait a minute. Did I spell that wrong? What the? Hold on a second. Hold on. Merry Xmas, everyone. Merry Xmas. Anyway, how you guys doing? Hopefully you're ready for a fun weekend of streaming. It's going to be a great one. Good variety of stuff coming up this weekend for sure. Culminating with the Halloween marathon event on Sunday, which I hope you guys will attend if you can. If not, always, you can catch it on demand on YouTube. But we'll talk about that all with the schedule in a few minutes here. The first thing I want to talk about is this. Let's just talk about this and get this out of the way, because this is something that I decided last night, okay? So, over the month of October, we had a membership goal here on the streams. We started off this month with about 290 members to my channel, DSPGaming, here on YouTube. But sadly, this month did not stack up as I had hoped when it came to the games that I played. And what I mean by that is not that the streams were bad, but the games weren't very exciting. Okay, most of the games that I played this month were rehashes, remakes, re-releases, or sequels that were incredibly similar to the games previous. In fact, I would argue the most interesting and original game I played this month was House of Ashes, the newest game from the Dark Pictures anthology. But outside of House of Ashes, everything else this month was basically kind of a redo. Typically, October is known as Broketober. It's a month where traditionally there are so many high-profile, exciting games coming out, AAA giant blockbuster releases, that most people can't afford them all and end up having to pick and choose which games they play, which is hence why they call it Broketober. If you're buying all the big releases, you're broke. All right? This year was pretty much like Frugaltober. You could be frugal with your game purchases because even if you skipped 90% of the games that came out in October, you didn't really skip much exciting stuff. And because of that, it hasn't been a very hype month. What I've noticed is this month, we've had a lot of people here relaxing, having a good time with the streams, but pretty much no newcomers coming in. There was no one coming to my streams because I was playing a hot new release. Some people only come around when I'm playing games that they're particularly interested in, which a lot of the times are the hot new releases. They want to see Phil's reaction to the big AAA game that just came out and see what he thinks about it. But there are none. And because of that, it's been a relatively slow month when it comes to growth. I mean, the month overall, support-wise, I have no complaints. Super chats, super stickers, and tips. Amazing. You guys have been very supportive this month. I don't have a single complaint in regards to the amount of support I've gotten in the month of October. But memberships just completely stagnated. In fact, we went back. We were at 290 in September, and we went back to around 260. Now, why did we lose 30? I'll tell you why. because those people are people who probably were here for big releases. There are no big releases in October, so they didn't renew their membership. In September, a lot of people became members, particularly because they wanted this Halloween event that's happening on Sunday to happen, so they became a member exclusively for that reason, and then allowed it to expire when there really was nothing else going on this month, okay? What I would like to say is thus, okay? Thank you to those of you who chill with me every day no matter what I'm playing. Thank you to those who are here for nice, relaxing vibes, but also to see me rage and try to make progress in games like Monkey Ball, which has been one of the most challenging and arduous games that I played in a long time. I would say probably the only other game this year that challenged me as much as Monkey Ball was probably the Ghosts and Goblins game earlier this year. They were both pretty damn challenging, okay? Still great experiences, and I'm sure they were fun to watch. Thanks for people who are just here no matter what. Seriously, because you guys are the reason why I get to do what I love for a living. Although it's nice to get that influx, an increase of attention and viewership when I am playing a hot, high-profile new release, it's you guys who are basically the reason, the consistent reason, why I get to be here and do what I love every day no matter what I'm playing. And I really appreciate that, guys, okay? So, what am I getting at? Well, if you could see here, something has changed. First of all, it says Christmas members goal, and then it says 264 out of 300. What does that mean? I am officially throwing in the towel for October. I give up. There's no way we were going to hit 325 members for the month of October. If you remember, the goals that I had set for October were as follows. If we had hit 325 members, which at the beginning of the month, it was less than 30 members to get to that. That was before we saw the big dip in members. I was going to do a special event where on a night stream, we were going to go on Amazon together and order a new hat for the streams together. Like, we were going to look at hats together and order one. Sadly, that idea kind of already fizzled out anyway. Why? Because I ordered a new set of headphones that I'm going to wear around my neck instead of on my head. And they were supposed to be delivered around the middle of October. This is good because this is going to allow me to, number one, not get any more ear infections. Like, I had like 5 of them last year. So that would be out. Wouldn't have a risk of that anymore. And number two, because I'm not wearing headphones on my head, I'd now be able to wear any kind of hat possible. I could wear a freaking top hat. I could wear a giant buffalo hat. I could wear a party hat. I could wear, you know what I mean? I could wear anything, and it doesn't matter because I don't have to fit headphones over it. But sadly, those headphones got delayed. They were supposed to come out middle of October, then they got delayed till the end of October, and now they've been delayed indefinitely to the middle of November, but they keep saying, oh, it's not a definite release date. So I don't know if it's because these headphones have been stuck in limbo because of shipping issues. Right now in the United States, there's a lot of supply chain issues getting product into the United States and getting it unpacked and shipped out. It's very likely maybe these things were coming in from Asia because all the electronics we buy and sell are manufactured in Asia, and they're stuck somewhere and just haven't been able to be distributed. I don't know. Or it just could be that the product itself was delayed and hasn't even been made yet. I don't know. Okay? So, that being said, okay, the whole idea of the hat was kind of fizzled out anyway when there was no possibility of getting a silly hat because I couldn't wear it because I got to wear headphones. All right, that's number one. Number two, the tier 2 goal for the month, which was 350 members, was going to be the Return of the Viewer's Choice event where you guys nominate and then vote on a game for me to play as a full-length playthrough here on the streams. Not to say that I don't think that that idea is a good idea that will get people to become members. I just think that what happened was we started the month at 290, and then within a week, we went down to like 270, and then within another week, we were down to 260, and since there were no new games to bring people here to the streams, it pretty much just, the idea of the whole membership goal fizzled out for the month of October. I'm not upset about it at all. Like I told you guys, I'm very pleased with the amount of support you guys gave me this month, so I'm not going to sit here and complain. What I'm going to do instead is we're going to move forward positively, all right? So we're moving on to the next goal, which is the Christmas members goal. What do I mean by that? I mean we have a new members goal of 300 members, okay? If we hit that goal anytime from now until the end of November, so we have over a month to hit this goal, tons of big new releases will be coming out during that time period, including Forza Horizon 5, the GTA Collection, Battlefield 2042, and I am starting that goal now, immediately, right now. So that means if you become a member today, it counts for that goal, okay? And this will go through, the Halloween event on Sunday and everything. This will now give people motivation because some people even said, oh, I was going to become a member, but I'll wait until November because it'll count for that goal. Don't wait. It counts now. Forget the stupid October goal. It ain't going to happen. We're doing a November goal right now. Okay? So you might say, well, what does this mean, Christmas members goal? Well, the way this goal works is if we hit 300 members, I will officially do a Christmas gaming marathon. Typically, it happens right before Christmas, like a couple days before Christmas. And what I do... Hi, Jasper. What's up? What I typically do is I dress up in holiday attire. I have a variety of Christmas-themed sweaters that I wear this year. Maybe I'll get a new one. Last year I didn't, but maybe I'll get a new one for this year. Okay? And in addition to that, during that event, I drink. Yes, I actually drink. Ow. I have some liqueur. Usually I have some flavored beers. I have some eggnog. And I usually will have something else. A couple years ago, I actually had this apple cider whiskey. Oh my God, that shit was so good. And I haven't had it in a couple years, so maybe I'll get that again this year. Okay? So, the Tier 1 members goal is 300 members. If we hit 300 members, it's a lock. The Christmas Gaming Marathon event is happening. I'll be drinking, being festive and merry. Oh, by the way, there will be multiple tiers to this goal. So, for example, Tier 1 is 300. But if we hit 325 members, okay, there will be a double extra reward. Okay, the double extra reward is as follows. Number one, there will be a Feasting with the King episode during the Christmas event. I'll order food and we'll do a live Feasting with the King. But in addition to that, if we hit a 325 members goal, which is the Tier 2 reward, I will also be doing a live DSP Tries It of something holiday themed. I don't know what it'll be. Last year it was mincemeat pies, which were ridiculously tasty. I'd never had one before. And what it is, it's actually minced fruits, like apricots and other things minced together and baked into this little sugary pie. It was so effing good. It was one of the best things I actually ever had on DSP Tries It. Seriously. So that will be a dual reward for hitting 325 members. Double food reward, essentially. You'll have a Feasting with the King and a DSP Tries It all during the Christmas event. Okay? Ali Corny says figgy pudding. They make it. Figgy pudding is real. It's not just something from a Christmas Carol. You can actually buy it and taste it. There's a store nearby me that does festive things like this around Christmas time. They have all these different, like, holiday-themed foods that you can get from all around the world. So I could just grab something from there. It'd be really funny. Really interesting, too. Shuey says, Christmas pecking duck. Sadly, I don't think there's anywhere around here that does the pecking. Is it pecking or peeking? I don't think there's anyone that does that duck around here. I would love that. I love duck. I think duck is absolutely delicious. One of the best dishes you can get in Chinese cuisine. But I don't think there's anyone around here that does it. I wish there was. Okay? So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, launching right now, new members goal in effect as of today, lasting till the end of November. Tier 1 is 300 members. If we hit that, Christmas event is a lock. With me dressed up in holiday attire, drinking, you guys will be able to nominate and vote on games that I'll play during that Christmas event. It's going to be a great time. At 325 members, a double extra reward, both Feasting with the King and DSP Tries It will take place during that event. All right? How cool is that? I hope that sounds good. So, if you've been holding off on trying to become a member, there's no reason to do it in October. There's no way we're hitting the goals. Throw all that away. October is in the bag, in my opinion. We're moving on. We're moving on to better stuff, okay? So consider becoming a member today if you have not. It will definitely benefit you. Think about all the stuff that you get becoming a member, including a highlighted name in chat, right? You get a chat crown badge to how long you've been a supporter. You get all my emotes. You don't have to do slow mode stuff. You can talk as much as you want in the chat. Plus, you get all these priority things. For example, if we do hit this goal, all right, the members will be selecting one of the games for the Christmas event, much like they just selected a game for the Halloween event. They selected Condemned Criminal Origins. They'll be selecting exclusively one of the games for this event, okay? So lots of good stuff coming up, okay? Good stuff, and I hope you guys will consider becoming a member again if you're not. Fair enough? Okay. All right, so there you go. I got that out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the schedule. So you guys know what to expect for the next few days, and I actually need your feedback over the weekend to figure out what I'm going to be playing starting on Monday, okay? Then after the schedule, we got news. to talk about. Some great positive news, like all positive stuff this morning, which I'm excited to tell you, okay? Okay, so today, ladies and gentlemen, Friday, we're doing the continuation of Far Cry 6, okay? We are heading into the third major part of the island, which is, I believe, the name of the rebel or the guerrilla in this part of the island is El Tigre. So I don't know, what his group of rebels is going to be, but we're going to find out today. Hopefully it's interesting. Honestly, I didn't really like the Maximaz plotline. I thought it was kind of shitty. So I'm hoping that the characters in this part of the island are more interesting. And hopefully there'll be some good missions and stuff to do today. New area, new locations and everything. So let's see how it goes today. Okay, that should be fun going into the third part. I believe this is the final part of the island. After this, once you do all the missions in this part, now you've got all the guerrillas working for you. And now you can make your attack on, the dictator or whatever and go from there, I believe. So I guess we'll see. Tonight, the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, the continuation of my weekly Street Fighter throwback antics. Every single Friday night, I do old school Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2, two versions. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike and Street Fighter Alpha 3 online in the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. It's always a good time. People really enjoy it because, number one, these are the games I grew up with in arcade, so I have a lot of knowledge about these games that I can share with you guys. If you have, any knowledgeable questions or even asking about how was stuff back in the day with competitive Street Fighter. That's what it's all about. But also, of course, people just like me seeing stuff played online competitively, right? You like to see me have some competition and everything, so. That's good stuff. So, I hope to see you tonight for Street Fighter, okay? Tomorrow, we're doing stuff a little differently tomorrow on Saturday. Lost Judgment, the ongoing RPG gameplay with open world structure and action-based combat, continues as the main gameplay stream tomorrow. Now, normally I've been doing this as a night stream for like a month, but we're actually going to switch it to the main stream tomorrow because there's a giant story segment coming up. And I didn't want an entire night stream to just be stuck in one story segment. So I'm going to do it as a main stream tomorrow to get through that story segment. If there's extra time, we will probably do more side content because there's school stories and all kinds of shit to do. And I'm definitely excited to do it. So I hope that you guys will join me tomorrow for a fun, chill Lost Judgment stream. Tomorrow's late stream is the continuation and basically second run of the Dark Pictures anthology House of Ashes. My first run in this game was very interesting, but I didn't do very well. I got most of the people killed. By the end of the game, only 2 people out of the 5 possible survived, which got me a pretty decent ending, but still, I would have liked to have the much better ending where everyone survives. So, I'd like to do a second run trying to keep everyone alive this time, okay? So, I hope you will join me for that starting tomorrow night, okay? Then, on Sunday, this is the big event that everyone's been waiting for, the Halloween Gaming Marathon. On Sunday morning, 10:45 a.m., the stream goes on. There will be a costume reveal for this year. I will be doing an intro where we will be ordering food together for the live episode of Feasting with the King that will take place during that day. Now, just to let everyone know, people have been voting all week long on the type of cuisine that I'll be doing during that event. And as of now, Mediterranean food is still in the lead by about 10 to 15%. There's still time. There's still today and tomorrow for you guys to vote. If you haven't voted yet, the poll is on the community tab of my channel here, DSPGaming, and you can vote for any of the 3 cuisines, which are Filipino food, Thai food, or Mediterranean food. To clarify, Mediterranean food is a combination of different cuisine from both the Greece as well as the Middle East. Things such as gyros, shawarma, kebabs, hummus, falafel, flavored rices, salads with feta cheese and other things that are unique ingredients. Olives are also a huge, olive and olive oil, huge ingredients in their cuisine. I've had Mediterranean before, but I haven't nearly had as much as most other people. Like, I probably had gyros and maybe kebabs, and that's it. Like, there's a ton of other things I can actually try on their menu that I've never had before, okay? So, I'm excited for this event. Please keep voting. So, on the early portion of the stream on Sunday, we will order the food, and that food will be delivered live during the day for a live edition of Feasting with the King, okay? Now, in addition to that, 4 horror-themed games will be played over the course of the day, 3 of which you guys are selected, and 1 of which I'm selecting. We got the original Silent Hill, we've got Condemned Criminal Origins, we've got Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, and then the bonus game that I'm selecting. So 4 horror-themed games will be played over the course of the day. I'm excited for that. Each game will be like an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how much you guys like it and I'm liking it. Maybe some will play longer and some we won't play as long, okay? Pretty cool. So it should be a great event. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are too. And what I need from you guys over this weekend, I need a favor. I need feedback from my viewership. I need to know what game you want to see me start on Monday. What I mean by that is starting on Monday, I'm starting a new playthrough on the main gameplay stream. But I don't know what game to play. There's been games this month that I skipped because I didn't have time to play them when they came out. But in addition, people have kind of been craving horror stuff, and there hasn't been a lot outside of the Dark Pictures anthology and Alan Wake, which just ended. There's been like no horror going on this month, which is crazy because last year it was the opposite. Last year I played the Amnesia Collection, then the new Amnesia game, then the Dark Pictures. It was like a ton of horror games all in October. This year it's like nothing, okay? So, here are the options for the games that I can play starting on Monday. Number 1, Metroid Dread, the new Metroid game that is the successor to the classic 2D Metroids. Everyone's saying the game is great, just short, but still very, very good. I skipped it. Why? Number 1, because it came out a week when I was already playing like 3 other new games, but also it's a Metroidvania game, and historically, Metroidvania games don't do well on my streams. I don't know why, because I enjoy them, and I know that they have an audience, but for some odd reason, over the years, no matter what game I played, whether it was a Metroid or a Castlevania game, whether it was a new indie game like Ori and the Blind Forest or Child of Light or stuff like that, no matter what kind of Metroidvania game I tried to play, the same thing happens. I start playing it, within 3 hours, people complain it's boring. The second stream, no one shows up, there's no support, and everyone yells, play something different. And it's happened every single time, okay? So, that being said, I'm open to playing it, I just don't know how it would work. Another game that I could play is Guardians of the Galaxy. This was a game that, from everything we saw of this game leading up to its release earlier this week, it looked terrible. I mean, the dialogue looked good, and the story might have been good, but the gameplay looked awful. Like, the gameplay seriously looked terrible. And I'm like, wow, what is this game like? You know, why did they make it so shitty and boring and slow-paced and just not very entertaining? And then guess what? The game came out and everyone reviewed it and said, it's pretty good. It's not amazing, game of the year, groundbreaking, knock your pants off kind of stuff, but it's still really good, and you should give it a shot, especially if you like Guardians of the Galaxy. So now I'm like, damn, I should have played it, but I didn't. So that's an option that we could start on Monday, okay? Now the third and final option, all right? On Sunday, I'm playing Halloween-themed horror games, all right? 4 of them. I'm curious if you guys would like to see me actually take one of those games from Sunday and turn it into a full playthrough moving forward. Because first of all, horror games typically aren't very long, which is a good thing. I'd like to get through a playthrough before the new releases hit in November, which start around November 9th. So if I added a horror game to the mix, likely I'd beat it within a few sessions, and it wouldn't be a lingering playthrough. But in addition, like I said, I really feel like horror's been missing a ton this month. Like, there just hasn't been enough horror-themed content in October this year. So to actually play a horror game the first week of November might make sense, okay? Now, the thing is, you guys can't really even ask for anything yet because you don't know what games I'm playing. You know I'm playing Silent Hill, which I've already played before, but it was many years ago. You know I'm playing Condemned, which I've already played basically like the first hour of and never went back to it. I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, and you don't even know what the 4th game is yet. You see? So based on that, how can you choose, right? So what I would say is, think about what you want to see. Mull it over in your heads. On Sunday, all right? Come by, chill with me, okay? And chill with me, and hopefully you'll see the games that I'm playing and then make a decision, an informed decision. Should it be one of the horror games, or should it be Metroid, or should it be Guardians, okay? So let's see what happens. I'm curious what you guys request for a playthrough starting on Monday, okay? We'll find out. I hope you guys will join me over the weekend, and we'll see. So Monday, I'm playing a new game. I just don't know what it is, but I'm playing a new game on Monday, and I hope that you will join me for that as the main stream. Monday night, it's going to be Lost Judgment continuing on the late stream. Tuesday, the continuation of Far Cry 6, and that'll be paired with the Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes, the second run, the next 2 hours of that run. And then on Wednesday, it'll be the new game again, and more Lost Judgment, and that's the streaming week for me. Thursday is my day off coming up, okay? Now, the next big new release for me is November 9th, which is Forza Horizon 5. Okay, I'm excited for that. Very exciting game. All the reports that the game is outstanding. Amazing graphics on the Xbox Series X Plus. The best gameplay so far from the series. Sounds good to me. I love this series, and I can't wait to play it. And then the next game after that, excuse me, is the Grand Theft Auto Collection on November 11th, which obviously everyone is clamoring for. Everyone's dying to see me play this game, and I know once it comes out, it's literally going to be the only thing people want to see. They're going to say, keep playing GTA, stop, don't ever stop, every stream should be GTA. No, obviously I'm not going to do that, I'm a variety streamer, but you know the demand's going to be there, okay? So, my focus will be, for the rest of that first few days of November, get as far into Far Cry 6 as I can get and maybe beat it, okay? Get as far into my second run of House of Ashes as I can and maybe complete that, alright? And get as far into as I can into whatever new game I start playing on Monday and maybe finish that. If I can get those 3 things done, and the only thing I have left lingering is basically Lost Judgment, then I can balance Lost Judgment with this other stuff, and it'll be good. It'll be a good mix, I feel, okay? So, alright, this is not funny. Even if this was fucking real, it doesn't belong on my stream. You can get the fuck out. You're banned now. Fucking idiot. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I got distracted by this shithead. Fucking guy. Okay. So that being said, good stuff coming up, right? Very good stuff coming up. And I hope that you guys will join me. This weekend's going to be exciting. Next week, new games starting. That's going to be exciting. And then leading into the new games of November, that's going to be exciting. Trying to make a push for the Christmas event. That's going to be exciting. This is good and refreshing, exciting stuff happening around here. And I'm very happy that we're doing all this stuff. So, thank you guys so much for chilling with me. Thank you for supporting the streams. Thank you for all of this. I'm very excited for all the new stuff coming up in the next few days. Okay? 2 thumbs up. Before we get to plugs and shout-outs, let's do some gaming news. Let's get the news out of the way. I think I should do this every day now. We should do news first. I feel like talking about the news stories and everything is more interesting than hearing me do plugs and shit, right? Okay? So, let's talk. Gaming news. There's 2 big things in news I want to talk about today. The first is actual game news. It was announced this morning that there's a new game being designed by this game studio that is run by Amy Hennig, who's, people who don't know who she is, she was the person who worked for Naughty Dog during the days of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, and she primarily was the person responsible for the plot of those games. So she knows how to write a really good plot, okay? She left the company during a big dispute and disagreement around the time of The Last of Us and Uncharted 4. So basically, she's been gone for a while, and everyone's like, gee, I wonder what's going to happen. So she joined a new gaming company, and this gaming company announced this morning, okay, this morning, that they are actually going to have a new game coming out that is a narrative-focused game set in the Marvel Universe, okay? It's going to have action, but it also is going to be a heavy narrative game. It's not just going to be about repetitive gameplay. For example, like the Avengers game is literally repetitive gameplay with some story wedged in. This game's supposedly supposed to be, like, mostly story, okay? But what they also said is that this game is going to be a unique take on the Marvel Universe. Now, I don't know what that means. Does this mean that maybe this will be a Marvel multiverse game? Meaning this will be an alternate Marvel universe that's not one that we're really familiar with, that has a lot of different things with characters and stuff? Could it be a crossover game where there's a multiverse that crosses over with the mainstream Marvel universe? I don't know. The premise sounds interesting. Okay? But that's all we know. Basically, they just made the announcement this morning because it's been years since we heard anything from her. It's been like over 2 years. She's been working on a mysterious game. We didn't know anything about it. So this announcement was made this morning. Okay? Now, we don't have any details on when the game's going to be released or anything like that. But, I mean, this is good news. It's just very, very early news. We don't know what the game's going to be. If you liked Uncharted 1 through 3, Amy Hennig was pretty much responsible for those games. So if you like those, you're probably going to end up liking whatever she pumps out. It's hilarious because Swaggins right now is freaking out. He says, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. I guess he doesn't like Marvel. You know, just because it's Marvel doesn't mean it's going to be bad or it's going to be like everything else Marvel. Especially because they specifically have called out and said, no, this game's going to be very different from other Marvel stuff. That's what they're saying. Okay? So, hopefully, it'll end up being good and a nice big blockbuster game for everyone to enjoy. But we don't have the details yet, okay? We need them. We need them. We don't have them yet. We need them. Okay. The other piece of news this morning has nothing to do with gaming in particular, but has to do with YouTube streaming. something that's a little bit important to me, guys, because guess what? I'm a full-time YouTube streamer and have been since May of this year. So, ever since I came over here to YouTube to become a full-time streamer here, everyone has said, wow, you know, it's good that there's been improvements. For example, sub-only mode, that have stopped the trolling, pretty much, and other things have been improving slowly over the course of this year, right? But we know for a fact that there's a ton of shortcomings here on YouTube streaming. There's just so many things that are lacking or missing from how things used to be when I streamed on Twitch. So YouTube announced this morning, hey, guess what? We're working on things to make this just as good as Twitch, okay? They didn't say that, but essentially that is what they said. Because they're like, oh, we've got all these new improvements that we're working on and should be coming in 2022. Here's some of the improvements. Number 1. Gifted memberships. Wow! I mean, it's a no-brainer. This is disturbing. Hold on a second here. There we go. It's a no-brainer that there should be gifted memberships. Look how successful they are on Twitch. Like, channels get hundreds or more of gifted memberships every month. It's a major source of income for someone who wants to support a channel and doesn't necessarily want to just do a giant super chat, but I want to do something that's going to help benefit the entire community. They come and they drop a sub bomb, right? Used to be very commonplace on my Twitch streaming, and that all disappeared when I came to YouTube, and you can't do it. So finally, they're announcing gifted memberships starting in 2022. Not exactly when yet, but apparently it's coming in 2022, okay? Another thing, they announced that basically there's going to be more ways to monetize, but they didn't explain how. There's something called, like, tickets or something, and I don't know if that means, like, you can have, like, I know this sounds stupid, but here's what I'm thinking it is, okay? Like a movie theater or a live show, you have to buy a ticket to actually attend a certain live stream. Like, imagine if a content creator's like, oh, I've got a special premiere event, but to attend it, you have to buy a ticket to watch that stream. You can't just watch it yourself. See, I think that would immediately fail, because what's to stop someone from illegally rebroadcasting? Since there's literally no protections on the internet from someone just rebroadcasting your content, what's the benefit of having a ticket? I don't see how that could work. But again, they call it tickets, but they didn't explain what it is yet. But they claim that there's going to be more monetization options. I don't know exactly what they'll be. One monetization option that I'm interested in getting that they haven't given me yet, it's called Super Thanks. So what this is for example, let's say you are someone who does not attend all of my live streams, okay? But you actually watch my videos on demand, okay? Whenever you can. Whenever you get a chance, you swing by and you watch my content on demand, okay? But let's say you're watching a playthrough, you're like, wow, this is really good. I'm having a great time. Or there's a laugh out loud moment, or there's something hilarious. You're like, man, that's great. I want to support Phil for that. You're going to have the ability to basically leave a contribution on that specific video, that on-demand video. And what happens is you will be able to leave a highlighted comment on that video with basically the same thing. Like right now when you do a super chat or a super sticker, you get a highlighted message here in the chat, the live chat of the stream. It's the same premise. You'll get a highlighted message on that video forever. It stays there like forever because you contributed during that video. So it's basically a way for those watching on demand to contribute and feel like they have an impact because they have a highlighted message on your video, you see? Now, obviously, it's still subject to all the stuff like chat comments. You know, you can moderate that. If some asshole comes and tries to do a bunch of super thanks and then says, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, you can just delete them anyway, and then they've wasted their money because they're idiots, you see? So I like this idea. I'm not necessarily saying that people will use it that much, but I do feel that I have a viewer base of people who watch on demand. If you look at my videos on YouTube, they still get thousands of views. So the viewership is there, but those people maybe not necessarily contributing because they feel like there's no real way that they can do it and make any kind of an impact or get any kind of interaction with me because they're not on the live stream. This is a way they can do it, okay? But anyway, that's just neither here nor there. Monetization options are nice. I don't know exactly how they're going to be implemented or how they're going to work, but they're claiming they're going to add more of those next year as well. Another thing that they claim that they're going to do is better moderator options. Now, for most of you, it won't affect you at all. But let me tell you guys something. Moderating on Twitch versus moderating on YouTube, it's like Someone who came to work and sits down at a console with all this high-tech technology and all this benefit, all these things you can use to do your job well, and you just, wow, I have all these tools to do my job well today. I'm going to put out a big productive day of work. This is excellent. And then in one room over, there's a guy who sits down in a rickety old chair that barely sits up. He goes to turn on his PC, and the fucking thing crashes and reboots 4 times. He goes to press his buttons on the keyboard, and the keys shoot off and launch into the sky. It's like night and day. Like, there's so many useful tools for moderating on Twitch that aren't present on YouTube. It's a laughable joke, quite frankly. First of all, I'll give you an example. Here's an example. Right now, Chicken Man says something incredibly insulting. He didn't. This is just the premise. Chicken Man says something incredibly insulting to me. That's it. To moderate Chicken Man, I have to scroll to the right of his comment. There's 3 dots that appear. I have to click on the 3 dots, which then opens up a menu. And the menu has the following options: pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user, or add as a moderator. All of that is present in the menu. So just, first of all, when the comments are scrolling, okay, it's almost impossible to click on the 3 dots if there's a lot of people talking. It's very hard. Sometimes you have to, like, scroll up to catch the comment and do it. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, it's so easy to misclick. Oops, I went to ban this guy and I made him a moderator. Oops. Now I gotta undo my mistake because I fucked up and I clicked the wrong thing, right? And then on top of that, all you can do is those options. On Twitch, just to give you some perspective here, okay? On Twitch, let's say there's someone who you think is saying something nasty. Click on their name and a menu opens up. And this menu is so detailed. It's got the person's name, their avatar, how long this account has existed here on Twitch, right? Other stats about their status on Twitch. Then you've got a chat history for this person on your channel so you can see every comment they've made. So maybe they made a comment and you're wondering, gee, did they mean that in a mean-spirited way, or was it just, you know, maybe a joke or maybe an off-kilter comment? And you can see their history. If they've literally just made nasty comments in the chat, now you know this is someone who you should moderate. You see? How useful is that? And also, yes, that's correct, 672, you can see how many times this person's either been moderated or banned, if they've been banned in the past for similar kind of comments and shit. You can see all this stuff. None of that is on YouTube. None. On YouTube, it's just, oh, try to catch that one message and do a drop-down menu. It's ridiculous how archaic and how it really is. It's like one guy comes to work and he's got a square hole. He's got a square peg to put in it. The guy next door has a square hole and he has a fucking triangle peg. And he's like, how the fuck do I get this in? He's hammering it. Fucking shit. It doesn't fucking fit. That's what it feels like moderating on YouTube. So, hopefully, these new things will benefit everyone. I think that's it. I mean, they talked about so much stuff that they claim that they're going to improve. What else? Let's see. Well, what they claim they're going to do, and I don't know how much this is really going to affect anything. They're claiming, okay, that they are going to add some kind of a new system where clips and shorts are going to be integrated. Right now, I guess there's a capability of making clips of someone's channel, but then there's a system on YouTube called Shorts, which are basically incredibly short videos, like TikTok, basically. And they're saying you can do a clip of a stream and it becomes a short automatically, and then it could, I don't know. The one other thing is they're claiming new discoverability, because everyone who streams on YouTube complains about this. Streams are not discoverable on YouTube. On Twitch, you go to their system and you search for a certain, oh, I want to see who is playing Far Cry 6 today. Oh, look, immediately a ton of people pop up who's playing Far Cry 6 live on stream, even separated by how many viewers they have and things like that, and you can pick a Far Cry 6 stream to watch. You just can't do that on YouTube. It doesn't exist. You seriously can barely find anything on YouTube. The discoverability is a joke on YouTube because their algorithms are trash and they're running as if the entire site is still on-demand video. So apparently they're fixing that. They're going to make it way easier for discoverability for streams on YouTube as well. That's what they're claiming. So this is all good news because earlier this year, you know, YouTube announced, oh, we've got these streamers, Tim the Tap Man and what was it, Dr. Lupo, who they paid to come over and exclusively stream on YouTube. And everyone was like, well, that's great news. You're bringing more exposure over here, but what's the point if you don't have the features of all the competitors. Are you going to improve YouTube streaming? Finally, yes, they are. The question is when. I wish they would do it right now. I seriously wish they would do it now. But sadly, they're not. They're saying, oh, coming next year. So we got to wait a couple of months at least. Maybe these things will be implemented in January, February. It would be great if these things could be implemented by February, because February is insane Gameocalypse month, where there's like 77 high-profile video games coming out within like 2 weeks. So, you know, you have to drop like $4,000 to buy all the games coming out within 2 weeks in February. So it should be pretty exciting. And I certainly hope that YouTube will have some of these by then. Probably not, but it would be nice if they did. Okay, but anyway, that's the positive news. The one negative story I have today is absolutely laughably fucking hilarious, and I want to talk about it because I saw people freaking out about it on social media last night. Okay? Twitch. That's all I have to say. Twitch. Everyone have a laughing stock fest because everyone knows what a joke they are now. But anyway, that's not the truth. Twitch has a new thing they're doing. Are you ready for this? I hope you guys are ready for this one. Now, we all know that Twitch is not about making money, right? No. No, they're all about supporting their community and, you know, promoting good content. They're not about making $1. No, of course not. So Twitch announced a new feature. They rolled it out in beta for 100 people against their will. I'm not kidding. For 100 streamers on Twitch, they randomly received a new feature that they didn't ask for, didn't want, but they have it now. What is this new feature? Paid exposure. What does that mean? Okay, I'll explain. Well, these channels now have a feature where if someone is watching that channel and you like that content creator and you're like, man, I want to support that content creator. I wish that they could have more exposure on Twitch because I think they're a great content creator and I wish more people would see this person and basically have a chance to watch their content. I know, people are like, what? Where do you hear this? If you're the viewer, not the content creator, like I wouldn't be able to do it if I were streaming, but you could pay money to Twitch to give that person artificially inflated exposure in this Twitch search. So I'll give you an example. For like $5, you can give the person you're watching like a couple thousand extra not views, but how do I say it? Like they'll show up in the search a couple extra thousand times, even if they should not have showed up in search. And it's hilarious because they announced this yesterday and someone posted up an example. It was so funny. You ready for this? They go, okay, so Twitch, here's the deal. I'm someone who only watches ASMR streams. All I care about is watching girls making like sexy noises. This is what I watch your channel for, or your website for, okay? And by the way, I'm not talking shit about that. I'm just saying this is what they do. They say, I just opened up search and here's what I see. Are you ready? ASMR stream, ASMR stream, ASMR stream, a random Japanese language gamer playing Valorant. And they're like, how exactly is the paid exposure benefiting this streamer? I don't care about Valorant, and I certainly don't care about people playing Valorant in Japanese. So how does that help them when I search ASMR and I get that in my search? It annoys me because I'm looking for a certain kind of content and you're not giving me the search result that's pertinent to me, and I'm not going to click on their stream. What are you, stupid? Okay. Now, apparently, this feature has actually been in effect for a year, but it was in beta, and the way that they did it is they were doing it with channel points instead of money, okay? So the way it worked previously, when you used to watch a partnered streamer's channel on Twitch, you earned channel viewership points. And one of the things that you could do if you were in, if the streamer was in this beta, you could use your channel viewership points to buy the exposure for that streamer, and they would get the inflated search results or whatever. What's hilarious about all of this is, okay, hold on. What's hilarious about all of this is content creators on Twitch have already spoken out about the feature and said the feature is worthless. They said, in all the time, because some of them are like, yeah, every day I get a notice that one of my viewers clicked to give me more exposure. And one person was like, I stream every day, and only one stream in the entire year did I notice that I had like a 50 extra viewers. And when I asked, they said, yeah, we saw you in search results extra, so we clicked. But never once did the exposure ever actually result in a turnover, like new viewers or new attention or anything like that. Because what ends up happening is you show up in a search that has nothing to do with you. Like, let's say, for example, I'm on Twitch right now and I'm playing my old school Street Fighter stream tonight. That would show up in a search that has nothing to do with it. So what if you go on Twitch looking for Battle Royale? So you got, oh, look, Warzone, Apex Legends, Darkside Phil playing Super Turbo. Warzone. Oh, I think I'm going to click on the Warzone stream, because what the fuck would I click on the Street Fighter stream for when I'm searching for Battle Royale? You see? So basically, it's ineffective. Now, in addition to that, wait till you hear this part, because this is the kicker. This new system, again, they only rolled it out to 100 people. This paid exposure system, the content creator who's streaming doesn't make any money on it. Twitch keeps all the money. So you could be a viewer of a content creator and be like, man, I love this content creator. I want them to get more exposure. I want to support them. And you drop a ton of money to try to give them more exposure. Twitch keeps all your money, and that content creator gets no benefit from it. Zero. Huh? Boy, ladies and gentlemen, again, I don't know what it is with me, but somehow I managed to jump from every sinking ship. I don't know how. I actually don't know how, but this I just I just don't know what else to say. To me, it's like, this blows my fucking mind. It really does. It blows my mind that I left Twitch, and since then, they have literally not done a single positive thing. Every single thing from Twitch this year has been a negative fucking dumpster fire. They have got worse and worse and worse and worse, and they are not improving at all. Seriously. So let me just, again, I gotta emphasize this, okay? Don't improve the quality of the stream so people can now stream the next-gen consoles in better quality, right? Don't provide protections for streamers who have been under attack by these crazy hate mobs that have been coming on their streams and doing racist stuff and disgusting stuff. But make it so that you can pay Twitch and they pocket your money to give exposure to a streamer that actually doesn't benefit the streamer. Don't create new revenue opportunities for the streamers, but for Twitch itself. What the fuck are they thinking? And this is what I mean, like, if, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube improves in 2022, I predict, and I could be wrong, I predict if YouTube does actually improve in 2022 to have a lot of the features that Twitch has had all along, you will see a lot of people jumping ship to YouTube in 2022. I think right now the thing that's holding people back is they think that if they take their community from Twitch to YouTube, they're going to see a giant dip in support, just like I did. I went from 900 subs to 260 members. And they're thinking, oh my God, that's like, you know, a lot of people, that's most of their income. They're, oh my God, I'm going to lose like a third of my income if I go from Twitch to YouTube. And I can't do that. I can't take that hit, you know? I think that's what they're seeing. And they're like, I'm waiting for YouTube to take changes so that they're more like Twitch, so I won't have a ginormous negative problem if I jump from Twitch to YouTube. Not everyone who moves from Twitch to YouTube is going to get paid a giant paycheck like Valkyrie or Dr. Lupo or fucking Tim the Tatman. No one, you know, normal people like me who stream here don't get paid the big bucks to come over to stream on YouTube, okay? We just have to try to move our communities over in the calmest fashion and try to make ends meet, even though there's definitely decreased income over here, okay? Okay? So, let's see what happens. But I am of the impression that people are fed the fuck up with Twitch. I mean, Twitch leaks of private information and all this other bad shit that's happened in 2021. people are like on their wits' end and they want to leave. They just don't think there's a viable alternative to Twitch right now. If YouTube implements a lot of these changes, I think people will see it as a viable alternative and will start moving over. I feel that. Okay. All right. That's the news for today, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like my content and you like the fact that I'm an independent content creator, which means I don't have any sponsorships or partnerships with anyone, I can be 100% transparent, truthful, and honest with all of you when I stream and when I give you my opinions on games. Why? Because I don't answer to anyone. I don't have to worry about losing a sponsor because I said the wrong thing. I don't get games early and then I have to lock in my opinions and can't tell you what I feel. I'm just like you. I'm a lifelong fan of gaming. I get games on release day just like you. We play them together. We have great fun times here on stream, nice social interactions. That's what it's all about. If you like that and you want to support my efforts to continue to do this full time, please consider contributing in one of the following methods. We've already talked about memberships. You already know about the goal for this month, the Christmas event. That's now in effect. If you become a member, it counts towards the Christmas event. So please consider becoming a member. You can also do a super chat or a super sticker. These are ways to get highlighted messages here in the chat. If you contribute, those help me in the long term as well as the memberships. And I do shout out everyone who either does a super chat, a super sticker, or a membership. So thank you for that. The best way to contribute to my streams is tipping. When you tip me, there's two reasons why tips are so important and why they're the best way to contribute. The first is that I get a tip right away, so I can put it towards a bill, to a cost of a game, to groceries, pet supplies, taxes, whatever it may be. Tips give me liquidity and allow me to afford the stuff that I need to spend on a daily basis. But in addition, when you tip me on a stream, more of that tip comes to me than any other kind of contribution. No matter how you contribute to a content creator, there's a middleman who takes a cut. They take less of a cut of tips than other methods, you see? So please consider tipping me today. You can tip by looking at the description of the stream or by typing !tip into the stream chat. Either one's great. It'll bring up the link by which you could tip. If you tip me today, we will count towards a goal. If we raise $50 of tips, I'll put on Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 of tips, I'll put on a hat of your choice. Today, I've made the decision I will not be wearing headphones. I just don't feel like it today. I've been wearing them a lot recently. I wore them for the entirety of the Far Cry playthrough so far. I'm going to forego wearing them today. I'll just have them over here with the volume up. So I can wear any hat you want today. Okay? I would prefer not the Bison hat because the Bison hat would be really cool for the Street Fighter stream tonight. And if we get the full-on tips goal, it's vest time, and today I'm hitting the reset. All vests are eligible today. The red, the platinum, the denim, the gold, all your favorite vests are eligible for today. Okay? So good stuff. Please consider tipping if you support the streams. All right, let's do shout-outs. We've got Shadowban Warrior, who became an Ultra member of the channel. Thank you so much to Shadowban Warrior. Ultra member is the highest tier. It supports the channel a ton. So thank you so very much for that. And now we're up to 265 members. The Recluse did a super chat this morning. Thank you very much, Recluse, for the super chat. And Maximus Decimus just did a super chat as well and said, hope your family is good. Indeed, they are. Jasper's just jumped down from the window here, and he's cleaning himself on the floor. And my wife's at work. There's not much else to say about that. But she's doing well. Thank you, Maximus Decimus. All right. Let's give shout-outs for people who have tipped so far this morning. Let's jump over there. We start off with The Hate, who tipped me $4.20 and says, DSP, congratulations on beating a kid's game meant for 4 to 6-year-olds. You must feel like a real man. Indeed, I do. You know, there are 3 games that I've played in my lifetime that I really feel very proud of beating. The first was Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania last night. And then the other one was My Little Pony. And then, of course, the game that plagued me for many years, I rage quit it, and then when I finally went back to beat it, Barbie Horse Adventures. So thank you very much to The Hate for that tip. I really appreciate that. You're really a nice person. Now, this guy, his name is The Hate. This is his running gimmick, is that he says stuff like that, and I don't take it seriously. Snow Carl tipped me $1.50, and he says, if you follow the YouTube announcements, I assume you know a part about live being developed towards shorter clips and more fan clipping and teasing to viewers to watch more shorts through algorithms. Will you change your content to fit with live at all? Yes, in fact, from now on, I'm just going to become a TikTok streamer. I'm not going to actually play games anymore. I'm just going to do short-form dances and pranks and, you know, little skits and things so that my videos will go viral. I don't care about actual meaningful long-form content. Everyone knows that meaningful Law 4 content is completely outdated. No one watches it. It's a waste of everyone's fucking time. It's all about the little TikTok dancing. Yeah, you know, yeah. You do stupid dances and shake your booty. You know, you wiggle your butt. You do some crumping, and then you get noticed. So there you go. Tarantula MS 2018 has done a $5 tip and says, "Hey, Phil, what's going on, Tarantula? It's good to see you here today. Welcome to the stream. Let me get you up as the hottest. The hottest. You're the hottest. Wow, who knew that Tarantula was so attractive? He's the hottest tipper. I meant to say the highest tipper, and I said the hottest tipper. Are you hot or not? Tarantula. Ooh, smoking. Whoops. Anyway, Tarantula, thank you for the tip, and sorry for about embarrassing you. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's it. There's nothing else. I'm done. That's what I got to talk about today on pre-stream. Unless anyone else. Battle Duck says, yes, I've been waiting years for a dedicated DSP dabbing TikTok. Dabbing is so outdated. Are you serious? Okay. I should try Hello Kitty Island Adventures. Sounds fun. Sounds right up my alley. Right next to the Crayola Kids Coloring Adventures. That sounds good, too. Bandit Revolver says, run down the member goal again for me. All right. So some people probably joined the pre-stream late, and this is the first thing I talked about. We're throwing away the October member goals. It's over. There's no way we were going to hit those. Fuck it. We're starting fresh as of today. If you become a member of this channel, you contribute to the new members goal, which runs from now to the end of November. If we hit 300 members at any time during that time period, Christmas marathon event happens. I'll be dressed up in festive holiday attire, if not more than one. I own multiple Christmas sweaters. I might get a new one or a t-shirt or something. I'll be drinking all day long, beer, eggnog, hard liquor, whatever. And I'll be playing a variety of games that you guys will be nominating and voting on. It's not going to be on Christmas Day. It'll likely be a day or two before. But I always like doing this annual Christmas event. Now, there's going to be a Tier 2 members goal. If we hit the Tier 2 goal, I'm going to do a double special event during the holiday marathon. Number 1, Feasting with the King. And number 2, DSP Tries It, Christmas Edition. So, how about that for some extra special fucking rewards? If that doesn't make people become a member, I don't know what will, and I will shut down completely and not stream any further. Wait, what? That's right. Sound good? Okay, so that being said, that's what we're working towards now, all right? I figure, why wait till Monday to do that? Just do it now, especially because I got a marathon coming out on Sunday, and a lot of people might join the marathon and say, hey, I'll become a member now. Why not have it count? It will count starting effectively right now. That means we could effectively hit the November goal before November. We could actually hit this goal before November, which is pretty funny. Okay, that's why I'm calling it the Christmas goal and not the November goal, by the way. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's it. Awesome. Let's take a break. I'm going to use the bathroom. You guys take a drink, use the restroom, grab a drink, grab a snack, get a haircut, shave, take out the trash, mow the lawn, water your cat or dog. They need water to grow. I'll be back. All right? I'll be back after a short break, and then it's time for chill Far Cry 6 action. All right? Far Cry 6, we're heading to the third part of the game. Third major plot line. Should be interesting to meet a new group of gorillas and do new missions. So I hope you will join me for chill fun right after the break. Guys, thank you. I'll see you in a bit. Later.